Hi, welcome back to the Heavy channel. Thank you, I didn't need that. This is your girl Boomy B, and today I am going to be basically explaining why I quit Vlogmas at day, I don't know, 17 or 19 or something like that. And I am getting ready to go to a birthday brunch, so I figured that I was gonna be doing a little like skincare, so I might as well sit here and explain to you what happened. Well, explain to the 4.5 people who even gave a shit. More than anything, Vlogmas was more about like challenging myself to do a quick turnaround for filming and then editing and uploading videos. I feel like there was so much like structure to it. There was so much. It really was a way to finally discipline myself and etc. etc. All the things I've said previously about why I was doing Vlogmas, and I was excited about doing it because I had come up with a formula by like day 3. I had a whole like upload all my stuff the night before, have it sitting in Final Cut ready to go when I come in from work, edit, upload the day before my day is due. And that worked out for quite some time, and then I was ahead of myself. I had all this footage, and all I needed to do was film. I didn't even have to vlog some days because I had vlogged so much. But eventually, I just started having a lot of issues. Well, I'm supposed to be doing a mask. Anyway, I'm doing the Aztec Secret and apple cider vinegar mask. I'm also going to put in a couple of essential oils into this mask. So this is not a mask tutorial. I'm not going to be, there are plenty of these tutorials online. You could get you one. I guess the only thing I will mention is when I start dipping this in, how much I put. I can't help it. I'm going to do about 1 tablespoon of this. And then get the consistency thick enough to apply to my face. Do I have a splinter? I think I do. So yeah, I was just cranking them out and I was feeling positive. Everything was going great. And then just one day my computer was like, nah, you're good. And just stopped kind of working. Like, there was no explanations for anything. I was online. Like, basically, the videos would upload, but I could never upload the video. Basically, the finished product would never share. I was having issues sharing, and I did all of the hacks and the tricks for Final Cut Pro to get it to share, and it just wouldn't, because it was saying that it was referencing video that I didn't even have. So then I said, F the video. I don't even need that. I could take that out, figure something out, do another video. And even still, even when I deleted all the footage and deleted everything, re-edited everything, it still was just like, nah, you're good. Like, nah, we're not sharing. We're not even sharing to your computer. Like, and I've had this issue before where it wouldn't share to YouTube, and I was like, all right, fine. But now it won't share to my computer, and there was absolutely no, then I'm calling Apple and everything. They're like, maybe your RAM, and so I started deleting everything off my computer, and it just became a whole thing where no matter what I did, nothing was working. And I'm more of a solutions than a problem person. So like a problem happens and I'm on to figuring out how we're gonna fix it, as opposed to stewing in my problem. And this was one of those moments where I kept coming up with solutions, but the problem was bigger than any of the solutions I could come up with regardless. Like, it got to a point where they're telling me at Apple that I'm probably gonna have to do a system reboot. because they couldn't share with my computer. Like it was just like, I don't understand what happened. Just the computer was just like, no, I don't want to do this shit no more. And basically, I got deaded on being able to do anything. And then all of a sudden, I was like, you know what? It probably is because I didn't do this update, the Catalina update. I was like, that's probably what it is, and that's what, you know, the conspiracy of Apple products. They stop working when you don't upgrade your operating system. So I'm like, all right, maybe that's it. I do that. That takes hours. I do that, and then nothing works. I come back, my Final Cut Pro doesn't work. It needs me to update my Final Cut Pro, and my shit ain't on the up and up. So I lost my Final Cut Pro, and then my camera wouldn't connect to the computer. So I thought to myself, maybe I could, maybe I have to upload, or maybe I have to download an updated version of the Canon utilities, so that, because usually when Apple does new operating systems or updated Apple operating systems, everybody has to fall in line. It's not like they let anything old work. So I did that, and to this moment, that still doesn't work. And this has been a week and a half, maybe, since the last time. It seems like the amount that I was uploading, it feels like I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks. But this is basically, this might be week 2. This is like a week and a half. Anyway, I ended up downloading a trial version of Final Cut Pro until I have to actually buy the real one, because whatever Catalina comes with, that whole pirating thing, and downloading programs and sharing programs with other people ain't gonna work. I was locked out of my securities because I tried to download, inauthentic versions of things, and so I had to have them share with the computer. And basically, I don't know what they did, but they made it possible for me to actually get the trial, because I was trying for the trial before, and the trial was not working. Like, even that wasn't downloading. That's how like strict this operating system is. Like, they're not letting anything come onto the computer that's not like super, super, super legit. Even normal, like the Canon download, when I was trying to do the update, they were like, what is this? And they're downloading something from the internet. We're not letting this through. And I'm like, yo, this is a legit download from like everything I try to download. It's just like all these warnings. This is from the internet. We're not letting this. I have to put in passwords and passwords. It's a headache. And it's still, my computer's still not on the whole, it's still not up to where it needs to be for me to even be productive. Like, absolutely right now I am filming because I got so tired of filming with the phone. The phone and the computer combination is just a headache, since Apple, like, you'd think it's Mac, Final Cut Pro is Mac, I have an iPhone, I should be able to instantaneously put my phone video into Final Cut Pro. You would think, but you can't. You have to do all types of extraness where you get it into your photos, to drag it from your photos onto the computer desktop. It has to make 8 copies, and that's another thing that I think that was messing everything up, between all of the copying and backups and all that. I think that's what was slowing everything down. And I deleted like all generated footage and generated whatever the hell. I just deleted a lot of the computer even to be doing this. So right now I am using this good old technology. This is the FaceTime camera that will automatically upload into Final Cut Pro. This is what I'm doing right now. I can't fix the view. I'm gonna, hopefully in editing, I'll be able to cut some of this background off. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Well, I say all that to say, basically, if you couldn't imagine that whole week of everything that I've been going through between the phone, the camera, the computer, it put me in a super depressed state, and it was just stress and anxiety and all of that, births depression. And I didn't even want to deal with this, and I knew I needed to because I'm trying to do a whole revamp of this channel coming into the new year, and I knew I needed to deal with it, and I put it off for days, just and just sulked. And that's really, like, sulking isn't me, but when I've tried and tried and tried, and I'm spending days and days on trying to make this work, and it's still hopeless. And I mean, I'm lucky to have gotten the Final Cut Pro trial so that I can even be filming this, but it things like that will bring to the surface a whole bunch of other things that are bothering you. And of course, in my life, that's how it works. It's like the moment that a whole, like, breakdown of something having nothing to do with what my real ailments are happens, then everything rushes to the surface and I just fall apart completely. And that's basically what has been happening. Christmas came and it was good and it was great. The gifts were loved. I love my gifts. But that was a whole stress looming over me, like money, gifts, everything happening in life around that. Like, all of that was just adding to my stress, just my life in general, what I don't have, what I'm looking for, what I need, what I can't get. Like, just it's a lot of layers, and it's a lot of depth to why I eventually just crack, because I can wear a mask for so long and I can be dealing with my pain and problems however I'm able to, but there's always a point, and it'll always be something like this. Something that's just like, had I not been going through anything else, I would have been fine doing this. But this was just like, are you kidding me? The one thing I'm trying to do to just, get me on the road to something better, it can't go right. And this year was full of, like, nothing going right. Like, 2019 felt so amazing going into it, and I had all these ideas, and I still have all these ideas and plans and projects that are gonna be birthed in 2020 that took the time I had to come up with and, like, basically build from the ground up. But it was a very, very hard year for me. This was a hard year. Just a lot has been happening to me personally, and I'm basically in, like, emotional exhaustion with how I feel about almost everything. Like, I'm exhausted. I'm tired of feeling sad or upset or mad, and I'm getting to a point of just nonchalant. But when I get to where I am right now, I don't care about anything or anyone, and nothing matters. And it's struggling. It's struggling. Listen, I'm not even doing what I'm supposed to be doing because I can't do two things at one time, apparently. All right, so I'm going to put some patchouli in this. I'm putting, like, 5 drops. Why isn't it? All right. And then I'm also going to put tea tree. This is basically, like, a healing and revitalizing. That's what this is anyway, right? Healing, yeah. But, you add the patchouli and tea tree, it's kind of like equipping, whatever. I'm not in the mood for that. This is not what that kind of video is, or this isn't that kind of video. I'm just telling you what I'm using. If you want to look it up and find out why it does what it does, do your thing. This is just a mask in the chat. I'm going to clean my face with the micellar water. It's 9:31. I have a brunch to go to. Starts at noon. I know no one's going to be there. I know he did that because, I don't know, but it's a birthday. And the invitation. This smells amazing, actually. Yeah, the invitation says noon, but I'm positive this group will not be there on time. I'll probably leave at noon, hopefully. So, I took the day of Christmas to do just, like, a lot of catching up on sleep. we did Christmas in the middle of the night just because circumstance. And I pretty much just slept all of Christmas and just thought to myself, how can I make this better? How can I turn this all around? I cannot feel like this, because stewing in depression and anger and being upset and sad is just not who I am. It's not my personality, period. And when I am those things, it hits harder than I feel a lot of other people who immediately run to that as protection, or they immediately go into that as how they cope. I don't cope like that. So I feel like that shit hits me harder. And I'm not getting into full detail because I know you could sit here and say, like, that's not even that deep, but I'm not getting into full detail of everything that I've been going through, which led me to, like, the whole just, like, collapse and just, like, but I decided that I got to turn it around, and I just made a mental list of what are some things that are going to make me feel how I need to feel. And one of those things is absolutely taking time to myself and just self-care and self-love and rebuilding the love relationship I have with myself. Even though it's always there, when I feel this defeated, I need to remind myself of who I am and who I am to me especially. And I just know that once a week I need to take a mental health day, mental healing, self-care day, and it just be about me. There's no internet, there's no social media, there's no nothing. There's just me doing something creative, taking myself out on a day, just something where I am just pleasing myself with no compromise, no sacrifice, just me. And that is an absolute must, and I've begun that. Even if it's just doing like makeup, sitting here doing makeup, because sometimes that makes me feel good, or cooking, or anything that just that puts me in a zen and serene place where I don't have to worry about anything but this in this moment. That, you know, then I thought, yes, that's a super healthy way to combat negative feelings and depression and anything like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I thought to myself, oh God, I thought to myself, what do I need from the universe? Because that's what I need from me. What do I need from the universe? What do I need to ask for that I'm missing? What is the reason that I'm basically, there's a lot of things in my life that are basically starting from scratch. And then I realized that it's a rebirth. That's what's happening. All of this is a rebirth. Because I was saying that I want to redo the headers. Instagram, I want to redo the headers. YouTube, I want to redo all of the headers. The headers is just, it's not where I need it to be for the time that has been invested in it. Therefore, something needs to be done. And I realized that that's why all of this is happening. So, this is a time of rebirth and rebuilding. And that's what I took away from everything I was feeling and everything I was going through. And I have begun the process of moving in a different direction than I was regarding those two things. Everything else I have going on is going according to plan, and it's going swimmingly, and I'm having, an amazing time working on it, and just, conceptualizing what it is I want to do, that I have, what projects I have coming up this year that I want to get accomplished, and then trips that I want to take, and everything that I do every year to gear up, and for the upcoming year. I do lists of what will make me happy this year. What is it that I need out of life this year? How can I attain it? What do I need to attain it? All this talking I did, I should have put this mask on and just sat here and talked with the mask on so that it could dry, because you really got to leave this on for like 20-30 minutes. It's starting to dry up. I love this mask because
It's a pulsating mask. Basically, as it's drying, it's bringing kind of the blood is rushing to the front of your face. Hence is why you have some redness once you take it off. Word of advice, if you ever have a mask that is a pulsating mask or anything that tightens up like this, one of the most not smart things to do is to rub it off really aggressive and roughly. You should kind of pat water on it or kind of dip your face in the water and let it kind of peel off itself, like let it get wet itself, and then start to rub in the direction of upwards. It's always a terrible idea to tug at your skin, and I watch a lot of people do videos and they're always being rough and aggressive with their skin and want to know like why your skin is not producing. And it's, you know, you have to make all these skincare videos because you're being mad rude and aggressive to your face. Now you can see what I see every day. She's crazy, bro. Crazy. Get down. Get down. Hello. Anyway, so one of the big things I was struggling with, what I've been thinking about also, was if I was going to continue doing YouTube in 2020. And a lot of things were writing on that kind of didn't materialize, so I'm still contemplating. But I mean, I have 3 days before 2020, but I was thinking to myself that I can still, there's a couple of things I want to do that I can do, and I probably will, just for the fun. And I like doing this, not necessarily for anything to amount, because I'm just not there anymore with YouTube as far as like hoping that this turns into something for me, and you know, or like being optimistic about the future of it. Like, I'm not there, and not in a bad way where I'm just like, oh, YouTube's never gonna, it's just like, it started out as fun. It started out as something to do. It started when I was in a miserable marriage and living in Georgia with no job, and I felt like it was a perfect time to start doing it, to have a creative outlet and redirect some of my anger in something healthy, because I'm heavily into healthy ways to process pain, anger, sadness. So I thought this was a healthy way to do that, and it was great. And then I got into like, we started rising and we started getting sponsorships, and it just seemed like a thing. And then we hit this plateau with the views and the subscribers, and it just got quiet as far as sponsorships, and it kind of plateaued, and it was there for a very long time. Hence why there's been several videos on this channel about, you know, why we've stopped, why we've started, what, you know, the inconsistency, just like all of that kind of deters you. Just the way that 2019 on our YouTube channel has gone, it just, it doesn't give you the incentive to want to continue, because it's just this is not easy. This is not just a 1, 2, 3 thing. It's a lot of work and time and energy and effort that goes into this. And when you don't see it being successful, or it doesn't, you know, there's nobody's watching, you're very deterred from wanting to continue. When it rains, it pours. I swear it does. So I don't know when I'm gonna be able to upload this, which is, here's a word to the wise. If ever you take over bills for anyone, always make sure that you have had conversations with all of the companies. So like, if you're coming into someone's apartment or you're taking over the bills for someone, so like Con Edison, well, I don't know what electricity is where you live, but like electric, Wi-Fi, any of those, always speak to the people yourself. because then you'll find out things that you didn't know. And because I'm sitting here, my internet was just turned off, and obviously I need that to upload the video. So who knows when that'll get done. But I don't get paid until next week, so no, they're not getting it from me. I just gave all of my money to the other bills, so yeah, that's all I had with me. But apparently, I'm on the impression that they cut your Wi-Fi off or internet off just for being a couple of days late. Oh, no. Apparently, when I just got off the phone, I was told that no, I'm paying, the last bill I paid was really October, not November. So if I knew that, I would have paid it twice in 1 month just to catch up. I don't like being, basically, it's almost going to go into me being 3 months behind, because once I actually pay them for November, it will be January already. So I didn't know that, and I wasn't told that. And I'm just in my head like, why abusing? Like, this is the new bill and the old bill. But that's not what it is. It's the old bill and the old bill, not the new bill yet. Anyway, that's a separate situation. But yes, the question I was trying to answer to myself was if I was going to continue doing this in the new year. And like I said, a lot of that was contingent on a few things that didn't materialize, and the couple of new things I want to do with the channel are still possible with the way things are still even going right now, i.e. what I'm doing right now. I can do this. This is kind of feasible for if I want to do anything where I'm sitting down talking, or if I want to do my makeup, whatever, and then I can go into editing and it immediately uploads into FaceTime. Immediately uploads into Final Cut. But then here's the issue. In 30 days, my trial will be up. So I'm going to have to actually buy Final Cut Pro. And so I'm going to start editing this video while the rest of this mask dries. And when I come back, I will have washed off the mask itself. Copy? Copy. So I'm back. While I was editing, I wish I could have came back on camera. Well, I should have. I got really red. I got like sunburn red, and it's kind of dissipated a little bit. I have a little bit of redness right here, but you know, you've got that glow on your face. I'm going to spray this facial mist. It is rose and aloe. Feels amazing. And that is my skincare for today. Now, whoa, type of nonsense. I am now going to go take a quick bird bath and sit down and do makeup. Now that I've changed my outfit, I don't know what looks I want to do. These are some of the palettes that I got for Christmas, which I'm super hype about because I was dying for this palette. Yeah, I was dying for it. The Melt Cosmetics, Muerte and Vida. And then I want a smoke session. If I could just get Gemini now, I'm complete. Everything I want from Melt, I have. That chat was relieving. Saved me some money on therapy, and I got to do a facial. I got to do a little skincare in the process. My skin feels absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, thanks for watching this half-an-hour video. If when I finally get this up, it's like January 6th, don't mind me with the predated date references. You know, it's a struggle life over here. The point is, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If this helped anybody, I am grateful. If you have anything you're dealing with similarly, if you're struggling, if you have, healthy coping mechanisms, I would love to hear some of your stories. I'd love to hear some of the ways you guys cope. If you made it this far, put a ghost in the comments. That's a boo for Boomy B. Yeah, I'm corny as shit. But yeah. So you guys be cool the way you be cool. I will see you in the next one, most likely in the new year. All right. I hope you guys have a safe and fun holiday. And be cool. Love you.